Remember, in this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come here to preach hate. We do not come here to attack people or individuals. All we do in this platform is to present Biafra to the whole world as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. That we have been doing, and that we will continue to do until Biafra is completely free. So I welcome every one of you once again today as we go into the program of the day. This is a very interesting time. We are in a very interesting time, and if you come across this video, don't just watch alone. Share it. Let others join us. Share it. Both those who are going to watch this live and those who watch later. Share. So that this information will not be kept in one place. It's very important. It's a very interesting period that we are in. When you look at the title I chose there, it says, "The battle for Biafra image has begun." The battle for Biafra image has begun. Why every true patriot must stay focused now. Every true patriot must stay focused now. The battle of Biafra image has begun. A lot has happened in the past. More continue to happen. But a bold step has been taken by the supreme leader of IPOB, Nnamdi, Kanu, to redeem the image of Biafra. And every single one of us, you and I, we have a role to play in that redemption. If the image of Biafra must be redeemed, you have a role to play. I have a role to play. This is the time to redeem the image, and it is a very critical time. When you compare what is happening today and the way every eye is on Nigeria, there is no other time that it is more important to redeem the image of Biafra than now. And that was why when I saw the step taken by the supreme leader of IPOB, Nnamdi, to redeem IPOB and present it as how it's supposed to be, I was glad. That was the best thing that happened to us recently. Finally putting an end to the Department of Saboteur. Their so-called ex-DOS under Chike Doziem and China Sanwo-Olu has finally ended completely, officially ended. Whatever they say, whatever they do today is irrelevant. And none of us should be paying attention to what they say, what they share, or what they do. Biafra has an image that must be redeemed. Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic of Nigeria, tried everything humanly possible to redeem the image of Biafra. He did his best to redeem the image of the IPOB. And he did the best he can. He was not the one that established IPOB. It was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the indigenous people of Biafra is under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He could not have done more than what he did to redeem the image of Biafra. And we have waited for this moment till now. Even Mazi Simon Ekpa predicted this moment, that these people were going to be gone and gone for good. Mazi Simon Ekpa did not only say it, we conducted a vote of no confidence to send them packing. And today, it is now official, announced by the supreme leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I bumped into some of those riffraff making their videos. I saw one that said that they have sacked the supreme leader of IPOB. Oh God, it is really laughable. I saw one of their posts. They say they have sacked the supreme leader of IPOB, Nnamdi, the face of Biafra today. In this generation, there is no place on the planet Earth where you will mention Biafra and remove Nnamdi from it. It is not possible. It is not possible. There is no place today, presently, where you will go and mention Biafra without the name of Nnamdi in the front. He is the image. The Biafra we know today is Nnamdi. He has built a credible image, not because of his person, but because of what he has done. Unbribable, sincere, with all, in all areas, tested and trusted. There is nothing you can do today when it comes to the Biafra without Nnamdi in the front line. It is only a saboteur, a deceiver, an envious person, an evil man. We claim to talk about Biafra today without Nnamdi in the picture. Nnamdi have made more than enough sacrifice. The respect he has today is not just because he ordered it or he forced people. No, he earned it. The image of Nnamdi today, he earned it. He has become a symbol, not just a symbol for Biafra, a symbol of justice. Many people, including non-Biafrans, describe him as a prisoner of conscience. So how dare you? How dare you talk down on him? But I'm glad what is happening, and I know that the Biafrans today who have lost their feet have finally found their feet. The absence of Simon Ekpa left a very big gap. There was so much confusion, right, left, and center. People didn't know where to run to. In fact, some people stopped paying attention to the struggle. Some people left completely. Some people, not because they do not want freedom, not because they don't like Biafra, but the confusion was so much, they couldn't bear it. The disgrace was so much. You open your phone, you'll be seeing something that is inhuman. The word that is coming from the mouth of those who claim to be fighting for Biafra. But I thank you, that finally a nail has been put in the coffin. And today, everybody knows where he or she belongs and what to do and what not to do. Nnamdi is a great leader. He started from unification, creating the 100 men for all the Biafrans to unite under the umbrella of 100 men, regardless the group where you belong. Whichever group you are, you should be part of the 100 men to make your contributions. Nnamdi never told you to leave your group or come and be with him or you must be in this organization or that organization. No. Where Nnamdi is concentrating on is in the unity of purpose. Unity of purpose. That is the major area Nnamdi is focused on. That purpose for which we gather in all groups. That purpose for which we have Biafran banner behind us. That purpose for which we have Biafra symbol behind us. That purpose for which we use the name of Nnamdi. Freedom, self-determination. That is the most important thing for him. In the same vein, that is the most important thing for Simon Ekpa. Since all this while has been in detention, all his messages have been unity. All his messages have been unity. And I believe by the time he joins us very soon, just as Nnamdi has done, he's going to do the same thing. He's going to do the same thing. At the end of the day, we will become whom we are supposed to be, the IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra. That has been who we are. That is whom we are. And there's nobody that can take it away from us. When Nnamdi said that IPOB is indestructible, it is not a joke, not a play, not to make you happy or to brag. It is a fact. And now you have seen it once again. Before we go deep into the topic of today, I want us to listen to the press release of the new HOD, Mazi Chris Mogu, as he speaks on his statement and accepts the position that was given to him. Many of you must have seen the video, but we cannot go into today's discussion without hearing his response on that very appointment that given, the responsibility that was placed on him. It is a very great job, a very big job at that. So Mazi Chris Mogu have spoken on a press statement, and he accepted the position that was given to him. I would like us to listen to what Mazi Chris Mogu has to say. It is important, before we go into the full discussion of today, it is important we hear the response from the new HOD, whether he accepts or not. It is important. So let us hear him before we go into the program today. Let's listen to what he has to say.
My dear brothers and sisters, fellow patriots, and committed members of indigenous people of Biafra worldwide, it is with profound humility, a deep sense of responsibility and unwavering loyalty that I accept this sacred mandate bestowed upon me by Supreme Leader Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to serve as head of the fourth administration of Directorate of States of the indigenous people of Biafra. I accept this responsibility, fully conscious of the enormous sacrifices that have brought us to this moment, and mindful of the expectations of millions of Biafrans at home and abroad who look to IPOB as the foremost vehicle for peaceful realization of their inalienable right to self-determination. First and foremost, I pay tribute to our Supreme Leader, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Though through years of persecutions, incarcerations, extraordinary renditions, and relentless pressures, he has remained steadfast in his conviction. He has neither compromised nor capitulated. His courage, his resilience, and unwavering commitment to the cause of Biafra continue to inspire millions across the world. On behalf of the global family of IPOB, I express our deepest gratitude to Onyendu, to all of those languishing in various prisons because of this cause, and to heroes who paid the supreme price in this sacred mission. Their sacrifice, courage, and unwavering commitment shall never be forgotten. History will record that when many faltered, he stood firm. When others doubted, he remained resolute. And when adversity came, he refused to surrender. The fourth administration of Directorate of States shall dedicate itself to urgent priorities entrusted to us by our leader and by our people. Our first and foremost immediate priorities remains the unconditional release of Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and all Biafran prisoners of conscience who are detained solely because of their beliefs, advocacy, or association with the cause of Biafra. Secondly, we shall intensify our diplomatic engagements across the international community, particularly in the United States of America, Europe, and Israel. where dedicated teams continue to work tirelessly to advance awareness of the Biafran question and to ensure support for justice, freedom, and self-determination. Thirdly, we reaffirm our commitments to the security and survival of our people. The indigenous people of Biafra cannot stand idly by while communities face growing insecurity. We shall continue to support all lawful effort aimed at protecting our ancestral homeland and ensuring that the tragedies witnessed elsewhere are never allowed to consume the land of our fathers. The most difficult challenge we have faced during the years of our leaders' incarceration has been the battle for public understanding. While we remain focused on the pursuit of justice and self-determination, hostile actors successfully propagated the false narrative that IPOB and the Eastern Security Network are connected to insecurity in our homeland. This deliberate misinformation campaign has done immense damage to public perceptions and has distracted attention from the real security threats confronting our people. One of the central missions of this administration shall therefore be to reclaim the narrative through facts, evidence, engagement, and consistent public advocacy. We shall devote significant time, energy, and resources to ensuring that our people and the wider world understand who we are, what we stand for, and why IPOB remains committed to peaceful self-determination, justice, and the protection of our ancestral homeland. As we embark upon this new chapter, we must also renew our commitment to discipline, unity, intellectual engagement. The time for internal distractions, needless controversies, and destructive divisions is over. The future we seek cannot be built through bitterness of personal attack. We shall engage every argument with reason, every challenges with facts, and every adversary with superior ideas and principled convictions. IPOB must always remain a movement distinguished not merely by passion, but by clarity of purpose, moral courage, and intellectual strength. We also welcome the growing conversation regarding the future of Igbo and the political destiny of our people. In this regard, we take up the challenge recently articulated by Governor Charles Chukwuma Soludo. IPOB shall remain at the forefront of any sincere and globally credible dialogue concerning the aspiration of Igbo. We reaffirm our long-standing positions that a referendum remains the most democratic, peaceful, and internationally recognized mechanism through which the people can freely determine their political future. IPOB is not a movement of chaos. IPOB is a movement founded upon principles, ideas, justice, and peaceful self-determination. We believe that the freedom of Biafra represents not merely the liberation of one people, but advancement of freedom, dignity, and justice for all indigenous peoples trapped within the contradiction of the present Nigerian state. Freedom for Biafra is freedom for all. The complete composition of the fourth administration of the Directorate of State shall be formally unveiled in the upcoming days through Biafran Radio and other official IPOB communication platforms. I would also like to express our sincere appreciation to the members of the third administration of the Directorate.
You have heard the message of acceptance from the new HOD. He has just delivered his message of acceptance, and he's quite acceptable, and his speech are amazing and nice. Most importantly, talking about forgetting about the bickerings, the attacks, propaganda, blackmailing of each other, internal wrangling and fightings. That era has gone. It is time to engage on meaningful discussions. It is a time to counter every narrative with facts and figures. It is time to engage those who want to be engaged on a meaningful argument. The time for propaganda and blackmail has gone. Wherever you are as a Biafran, this is a new dawn. The redemption of IPOB have started. The battle for the image of Biafra has started. And every one of us have a role to play in this battle. If we must win, we have a role to play. So on our topic this morning, the need to redeem the image of Biafra, focus, unity, and the pursuit of self-determination. I welcome every one of you that have joined us. And I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone joining from different parts of the world. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. Thank you for taking the time to be part of this important discussion. Today, I want to speak about a subject that is deeply significant to many people across the globe. The need to redeem the image of Biafra. The importance of remaining focused amidst distraction and the continued conversation surrounding the aspiration of the Biafran people. This presentation is not about hatred, not about hostility, not about division. It is about understanding, identity, dignity, historical memory, peaceful advocacy, and the importance of maintaining focus on clearly defined objectives. That is why we are here today. Throughout history, many people and communities have sought recognition, justice, inclusion, and the right to determine their own future, whether in Africa, Europe, Asia, the Americas. Movements for self-determination have often emerged from a desire for political representation, cultural preservation, economic opportunity, and respect for human dignity. The Biafran question remains one of the most discussed and debated issues in contemporary African political discourse today. For decades, people have expressed differing opinion about Biafra. For decades, people are expressing differing opinion. People have different things to say when it comes to the issue of Biafra. When Biafra is mentioned, some view it as a historical event. Others see it as an unfinished political conversation. Still, others regard it as a symbol of identity and collective memory. Regardless of one's position, there is no doubt that the subjects continue to generate intense discussion across Nigeria, Africa, and the international community. Regardless what you believe to be Biafra, whatever the interpretation of Biafra, you have, your idea of Biafra, it does not change the fact that today the issue of Biafra continues to generate intense discussion across the breadth of Nigeria, Africa, and the entire world. One of the greatest challenges facing any movement, community, or cause is the battle of perception. The battle of perception. Before people listen to your message, they often form an opinion about your image. Pay close attention. Before people listen to your message, they often form an opinion about your image. So before people listen to whatever we are saying about the issue of Biafra and our freedom and self-determination, they already have an opinion about our image as Biafrans. Before people examine your arguments, they often react to your reputation. Before people examine the argument of Biafra, the argument we are presenting, they often react to our reputation as Biafrans, our reputation. Before people study our history, they often judge what they think they clearly know. This is why image matters. This is why image matters. And this is why Nnamdi Kanu is taking the step he's taking today to recover and redeem the image of the IPOB, which is also redeeming the image of Biafra. Because the XDOS damaged the reputation and the image of Biafra completely. There is no kind of crime they did not commit. There's no kind of lie they did not tell. Propaganda and blackmail. And it is very important that we have to redeem that image. That is why Nnamdi Kanu is taking the step he took today. Redeeming the image of Biafra. The image of IPOB. This is why image matters. Image is not merely public relations. Image is not propaganda. Some of you don't understand. Image is not propaganda. Image is not cosmetic branding. Image is the reflection of how a people are perceived by the world. Image is the reflection of how people are perceived by the world. How is the world seeing us today, the Biafran people? How does the world look at us? In a generation of social media where information flies like a jet, with all that is happening on social media today, if you don't know that the image of Biafra is at stake, it means you are a fool. If you do not know that the image of Biafra is at stake, it means you are a fool. You don't know what you are doing. When you see what is happening in the social media today, the damage that is being caused by this Department of Saboteur, up to this day, even as I'm speaking, go and see some of their platform. You go to TikTok, you see them on TikTok. You see them on various platforms. Go and listen and hear what comes out of their mouth. Then you understand how important it is to redeem the image of Biafra. Ask yourself, how will people perceive us from what is happening in the social media today? How will people perceive us? The move that Nnamdi Kanu made was the greatest of all. As always, a leader that knows what to do at the right time has just done it again. When the image of people is distorted, misunderstood, or misrepresented, it becomes more difficult for their concern to receive more consideration. This is why the redemption of the image of Biafra is important. The redemption of the image of IPOB is important. When the image of a people is distorted, misunderstood, misrepresented, just like what some idiots are doing today. You see many platforms that are misrepresenting Biafra. Misrepresenting Biafra. All they preach is lie, propaganda, blackmail with no single truth in their message. Infighting, propaganda, saga. When the image of the people is distorted, misunderstood, and misrepresented, it becomes more difficult for their concern to receive fair consideration. Now you see why it is important for us to redeem our image. When you look at the situation of the world today, the world is changing. We are in a new world order under the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. The new world order. And for you to have a positive effect, your image must be presentable. We know that Nigeria is on a hot seat. United States satellite is on Nigeria 247. Nigeria is in the front line. It is a great opportunity for the Biafrans to present their image the way it's supposed to be, so as their concern to receive fair consideration. And I thank you, and Nnamdi Kanu made that move. All we need to do today is to key in every one of you that sincerely want to be free. This is not about group. It is not about who you like and who you hate. It is about us, you and I, our image, the image of Biafra. When we talk about the image of IPOB, it is the image of Biafra, the indigenous people of Biafra. It is very important to clean up that image. You can't change IPOB to something else. And I bet you, Mazi Simon never tried the same thing to redeem them. But of course, he wasn't the one that created it, so there is limit to what he can do. But wherever Mazi Simon is, I know he will be very happy today to see that what he has said has come to pass. That these criminals have ended completely, officially ended. And when he joins us after his appeal, we will go back to basis. Peace and discussions with him. We will be whom we are supposed to be. Our image will be completely restored. All you have to do today is to prepare yourself for what is coming. This is not the time for unnecessary talks. This is not the time for unnecessary propaganda and blackmail. For our concerns to receive a consideration, our image must be good. This is why many people argue that redeeming the image of Biafra is an important task. Redeeming the image of Biafra is an important task. And when I say image of Biafra, I mean the image of IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra. It is important. Redeeming that image is very important. Redeeming an image begins with understanding the challenges that created negative perceptions in the first place. Wherever you are today, whichever group you are, under whichever umbrella you put yourself, I don't have a problem with you. I'm not advocating for you to vacate whatever you are Focus on the unity of purpose. But I want you to use your common sense and key in this redeeming of the image of Biafra that Mazen Nnamdi can have started. Redeeming an image begins with understanding the challenges that created negative perceptions in the first place. Some perceptions are based on historical events that they created by themselves. Some perceptions are based on historical events. Some are based on political disagreements. We see a lot of that. Some emerge from media narrative. We have seen so many media narratives that have been pushed. One of them was touched by the new HOD when he was speaking. The narrative of blackmailing the ESN, painting ESN to be the unknown gunmen, accusing them of death and attacking innocent Biafran. That has never happened. Not on the tenure of Mazen Nnamdi, not on the tenure of Mazen Samuel Eba. No single innocent Biafrans was targeted. But they created that narrative through their media. Till tomorrow. They conduct their false flag and they push it to us through their media. We need to clean up that image. Some result from misinformation. Even up to this moment, there are so much misinformation that are being pushed. Pushed by this Department of Saboteur that we are sacked. The ex-DOS. These people were misinforming Biafrans to the highest level. The same misinformation they used against Mazi Simon Eba. They lied that he wasn't a member of IPOB. They lied that he never worked with Mazi Nnamdi. They lied that he wasn't an Igbo man. They lied on several things against Mazi Simon Eba. Accused him of crimes he never committed. Today, in the same vein, every single thing they accuse Mazi Simon Eba is what they are accusing Mazi Nnamdi today. Misinformation, misinforming the public. They are misinforming the public. Some of them have gone as far as saying that Mazi Nnamdi was not the one that created IPOB. They have gone as far as accusing Mazi Nnamdi of sleeping with an underage. They accuse him of embezzlement, and all these accusations, there is no evidence to them. It is just propaganda and blackmail, misinformation to destroy the image and personality of Mazi Nnamdi. But I bet you, they just hit the rock. The man you are talking about is as white as water, as tested and trusted. And there is nothing you can throw at Mazi Nnamdi today that will remove the love that we have on him. It is impossible. You were not even able. You were not able to destroy Mazi Simon Eba. How do you think you can destroy Mazi Nnamdi? You were not able to remove the love the Biafrans had on Mazi Simon Eba. How do you think you can remove the love that is on Mazi Nnamdi? But I thank you that Mazi Nnamdi have taken the bold step, and today, officially, you are gone and gone for good. Even though we have casted the vote of no confidence many years ago. Some of these arise because different groups, some of the confusions and the bad image you have today arise because different groups interpret the same event differently. This is the one we are still having up to today. Different group interpreting the same event, they interpret it differently. And you'll be wondering, what is happening? The same event, the same group, different group interpreting the same event in different tones, just to satisfy their own selfish interest and whatever they think they believe in, just to give credit to themselves and their groups. The first step towards improving any image is not denial. As we are trying to improve our image, always remember that the first step towards improving any image is not denial. The first step is understanding. we need to focus on understanding each other, regardless the differences among us, regardless of our different ideas and different groups. Understanding. It is time for us to pay attention on understanding. Allow people, give people voice, give people time to express themselves, hear people out, hear where we are coming from. A community must understand how it is perceived before it can effectively communicate who it really is. We must understand whom we are. How do people see us? With all this chaos, right, left, and enter, all the chaos that is coming from all angles. Whenever you wake up, you go to media, you become ashamed of yourself. With all these things that are happening everywhere, we must understand how people perceive us before we can effectively communicate who we really are. We need to pay attention. How do people see us? It is not just about what we see ourselves, how we see ourselves. Every single one of us, how do people see you as an individual in the area where you are, in places, countries where you are? Bring it up to individuals, countries, house, homes where you are. How do people perceive you? Then in your group, then you go wild to the Biafran cause. Open your eyes and see. How do people see us, those of us, the Biafra agitators today? No matter the group you belong. How do people see us? We must understand how people see us if we will redeem our image. When we understand how people see us, then we will understand how to make amends. Secondly, the second step is discipline. We have lost discipline. From the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya, discipline was thrown to dustbin. The Biafran agitation lost discipline. 100%. We lost it. That is why you see different groups springing up. And the loss of discipline started all the way from this sacked DOS. This sacked DOS, they were the one that brought indiscipline in the struggle. They planted indiscipline in the struggle. And they choose to use command and control. This sacked Department of Saboteur, the DOS, they planted indiscipline. Immediately Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, they planted indiscipline. How did they plant it? By disobeying every single instruction that Nnamdi Kanu gave. They disobeyed it. They disobeyed every single instruction Nnamdi Kanu gave them. They disobeyed it. Allow Mazi Simon Ekpa a slot to preach on Radio Biafra. They said no. Okay. Allow Mazi Simon Ekpa do whatever he's doing. Don't attack him. Don't call him. Allow him and let him do what he's doing. They refused. They recruited more than 500 media warriors, attacking Mazi Simon Ekpa every single day. And they achieved nothing. They end up destroying themselves. They destroy the discipline. Even when you come to their platform and ask questions, they kick you out. Sack, sack, and sack was the order of the day. Indiscipline became the order of the day from the moment Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. So we must look into discipline. Go back to where we are coming from. We must get back our discipline. No movement can succeed if it lacks discipline. We cannot succeed if we continue to build on indiscipline. No organization can grow if every individual pursue a different agenda. In this Biafran cause, there is only one agenda: self-determination, nothing else. There is only one agenda in the cause of Biafra: self-determination. That's what Mazinan can say is either Biafra or nothing. Even if he dies, that's either Biafra or death. That's what he said. The only single agenda why people gather in various groups, in various camps, in various mushroom groups is what? Self-determination, nothing else. No organization can grow if every individual pursues a different agenda. Always remember that we have only one agenda. No community can build credibility if its members constantly undermine one another. Wherever you are, I have said it time again, I don't have a problem with the group where you belong. But for you to continue to undermine one another, it is a no-no. You are destroying the credibility of the struggle. Undermining one another, you are destroying the credibility of the struggle. Just like some people are doing now. You see some people calling for the protest for Mazi Simon Ebanjoko in Finland on the 4th to 7th. And some group are speaking against it. Some people are speaking against it. Some are not interested. Simply because you are not the one that organized it. It is not that it's not worth doing. You know that this is the right thing to do. You can't do it. Then applaud those who have done it. You don't. You undermine them. Biafrans have cried and shouted for international lawyer for Mazi Simon Ekpa. You could not provide an international lawyer, and you can't support those who have made that effort. You can't even encourage them. Even if you don't have money, word of encouragement is enough. But instead, you undermine them. Except it is from your group or the person you love. You undermine it. No community can build credibility if its members constantly undermine one another. Every Biafran agitator, we are one community. We are all IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra. Regardless the other mushroom groups you have, we are all IPOB. And if we continue to undermine each other, we lose credibility before the whole world. Discipline means remaining committed to principle. Discipline means speaking responsibly, not saga. Don't use your platform for saga. Don't use your platform for blackmail. Don't waste your time only to come on camera and spend hours and hours just to insult and abuse and push lies that doesn't hold water. Discipline means speaking responsibly. Discipline means acting in a way that reflects the value one claims to present. Acting in a way that reflects the value that we all claim to represent. That is discipline. That value we claim to represent, every one of us. That thing we claim to represent. When you are acting, let your actions reflect that thing you claim, that value you claim. We claim to be sincere. We claim to be truthful. We claim to be whiter than white. But when we act as people who have lost their mind. We act like people who are full of hate. We act like people who are confused. But we come in the other one round, we claim the values of sincerity, love, kindness, and humanity. Discipline means acting in a way that reflects the value that we claim to represent. Another thing that we must do at this point in time is focus. It is a time to focus. Focus is one of the most powerful forces in human history. Focus, one of the most powerful forces in human history. Every successful movement, organization, and institution achieve results because people remain focused on clearly defined goals. Distractions are inevitable. It will definitely come. I am not telling you that there will be no distraction. Distraction will definitely be there. It will definitely be there. Criticism is also inevitable. You can't avoid it. Criticism will always be there. Controversy is inevitable. You always have it. Misunderstanding are also inevitable. But progress becomes impossible when distraction consumes more energy than the mission itself. That is where the problem comes. It becomes a problem when distractions consume more energy than the mission itself. Like I used to say, people come on their platform, you spend hours on a live program. You spend 4 hours on live program. You use 2 hours for saga. You use 1 hour for propaganda and blackmail. And you only remember to talk about Biafra originally for 30 minutes. What do you think you are doing? And this is what many platforms are doing. Some of them don't even remember to talk about Biafra. They start with propaganda and blackmail and they end with propaganda and blackmail. They start with saga and they end with saga. In so many platforms today. And when you look at their back, you see the flag of Biafra. Some of them, you see the picture of Nnamdi Kanu with them. You see the picture of Simon Ekpa with them. And yet, they have nothing to offer. Progress becomes impossible when distraction consumes more energy than the mission itself. Throughout history, many causes have lost momentum, not because they lack supporters, but because they lost focus. Once you lose focus, you lose momentum. People become consumed by personal rivalries. This is where we are today. People have become so consumed by personal rivalries in our midst today. Personal rivalries. Look at the groups, the Department of Saboteur, ex-DOS. Their mission today is to go personal on Nnamdi Kanu, his private life, everything. A man that did nothing wrong to them. The same person that employed you say that he's done with your service, thank you for time's out, and he puts some people else. You're angry. You begin to destroy his personality. He doesn't have right to remove you, but he has the right to appoint you when he appointed you. And before he appointed you, somebody was there. He removed them and appointed you. And now he doesn't have right to remove you and appoint someone else. Imagine. And some idiots are believing, are even listening to them. Some idiots, they still go and pay attention to those clowns.